From the heart of Oklahoma to front porches across the state, this is Home Radio, where every song feels like home. Good morning and welcome to the Saturday Morning Show for July 25th, 2026. We have your statewide weather outlook, Oklahoma headlines, events from the Panhandle to Green Country, and a few practical ideas for making the most of a very warm summer weekend. Pour a cup of coffee, find a comfortable chair, and join Trey and the Home Radio family. Saturday morning starts now.
Good morning, friends, and welcome home. I am Trey, and this is your Home Radio Saturday Morning Show. Today we are looking across the entire state of Oklahoma, from the Panhandle to Tulsa and Green Country, from Lawton and Duncan to Miami, Pawnee, Shawnee, and Oklahoma City. This is the kind of Saturday when preparation matters. Much of the state is expected to be very warm or hot, and several communities have outdoor festivals, rodeos, markets, bike rides, fairs, and music events. That means the plan should include water, shade, comfortable shoes, extra travel time, and permission to leave early if the heat becomes too much. We also have several statewide stories worth understanding. A major employer in northwest Oklahoma has announced a plant closure affecting more than 250 workers. A proposed agreement could move a decades-long Illinois River watershed case closer to resolution. New public safety and education laws are now in effect. And Oklahoma's statewide 211 system remains available around the clock for people trying to find food, housing, transportation, health care, and other support. Our reoccurring personalities are fictional AI voices, but every script is researched and reviewed by a real person. Because weather, event schedules, road conditions, and breaking news can change, Home Radio will recheck all dated information before this show is recorded or aired. If a warning, emergency, or major breaking story develops, current official information comes first. For now, let us begin with the weather. Sadie has the statewide picture, and the biggest message for Saturday is simple: plan around the heat. Sadie, take us across Oklahoma.
Good morning, Oklahoma. Saturday is shaping up to be a very warm to hot day across nearly the entire state, with most afternoon temperatures ranging from the upper 90s into the low 100s. In central Oklahoma, Oklahoma City is currently forecast to reach about 97 degrees with a morning low near 78. Skies should be partly sunny, and the combination of heat and humidity may make outdoor activity feel more demanding than the number alone suggests. In the northeast, Tulsa is expected to be in the middle to upper 90s, with morning clouds possible and overnight temperatures staying in the upper 70s. Eastern Oklahoma is also expected to reach the upper 90s with a warm and humid start to the day. North central Oklahoma may be among the hotter parts of the state. ENID forecasts are clustering around the low 100s, with some sources showing temperatures near 104. In southwest Oklahoma, Lawton is also expected to be around the century mark, and a small chance of an isolated thunderstorm may be possible. The Panhandle is currently forecast near 102, with warm south winds and overnight temperatures in the 70s. The statewide message is heat first. Plan strenuous work, bike rides, gardening, and outdoor events for the earliest reasonable time. Drink water before you feel thirsty. Use shade and air conditioning for recovery breaks. Check vehicles carefully before walking away, and never leave a child, older adult, or pet inside a parked vehicle. A storm chance may remain small in many places, but summer thunderstorms can form quickly. Before driving or attending an event, check the latest radar, watches, warnings, and hourly forecast. If thunder can be heard, move indoors. Lightning can strike outside the area of the heaviest rain. If you are traveling across the state, remember that conditions can be different at the destination. Check both ends of the trip and the route between them. Keep a charged phone, water, and a basic backup plan. And if the heat index or a warning becomes more serious than expected, changing the plan is the smart choice. Nurse Nancy, help us turn those temperatures into a practical heat safety plan.
Good morning, friends. On a hot Saturday, the best plan begins before anyone feels sick. Start hydrating early and continue drinking regularly. Wear light, breathable clothing, use sunscreen and shade. Take breaks before exhaustion, not after. Outdoor workers, athletes, children, older adults, and people taking certain medications may need additional attention. Watch for headache, dizziness, nausea, muscle cramps, heavy sweating, or unusual weakness. Those can be warning signs that a person needs to stop, cool down, and drink fluids. Confusion, fainting, seizures, very hot skin, or a person who is not responding normally may signal a medical emergency. Call 911 and begin cooling the person while help is on the way. Do not rely on a fan alone in an extremely hot room. If your home is not staying safely cool, consider a library, community center, trusted family member's home, shopping center, or another air-conditioned place. Check local information for cooling resources, and make one call or send one message to somebody who may be isolated. Ask whether they have working air conditioning, water, medication, transportation, and a plan for the hottest part of the day. General information cannot replace individual medical advice, but noticing one another is always good community care. Pat, what are the statewide headlines Oklahomans should know this Saturday?
Good morning. Here are 4 statewide Oklahoma headlines and 1 public service reminder selected for Saturday, July 25th. Our first story comes from Northwest Oklahoma. U.S. Gypsum has announced plans to close its Southard plant in northern Blaine County in November. The closure is expected to affect more than 250 employees. State lawmakers representing the area say they are coordinating with the Oklahoma Employment Security Commission, career tech centers, the Department of Commerce, local chambers, and other partners. The Oklahoma Works Rapid Response Program can provide job search assistance, career counseling, training information, unemployment help, and other resources. The company has also said it plans to offer career transition assistance, possible transfer opportunities, and severance packages. This is a major story for workers, families, schools, and small businesses in a rural community that has depended on the plant for generations. Our second story concerns the Illinois River watershed and Oklahoma's poultry industry. A new agreement has been announced involving the state and 6 poultry companies named in long-running litigation. The agreement includes funding for watershed projects, environmental monitoring, and measures related to poultry litter management. It is important to understand that the agreement is not yet a final court-approved resolution. Additional steps remain in federal court. Supporters say the proposal may provide a more balanced path for protecting water quality while recognizing the economic importance of poultry production to eastern Oklahoma families and communities. Our third story is a new public safety law now in effect. The Marissa Murrow Act requires bartenders working at certain event venues to complete approved training intended to help prevent the overservice of alcohol. The law was inspired by Marissa Murrow, a University of Central Oklahoma student who was killed by an impaired driver in 2020. The measure took effect July 1st. The broader weekend reminder is clear. Choose a sober driver. Arrange transportation before drinking, and never allow social pressure to turn a preventable decision into a tragedy. Our fourth story is about Oklahoma's teacher pipeline. A new law that took effect July 1st creates additional pathways for teacher certification through approved alternative preparation programs. The Commission for Educational Quality and Accountability will oversee program approval, and the State Board of Education is expected to maintain a public list of approved providers. Supporters say the change may help schools recruit qualified educators while keeping accreditation and oversight requirements in place. And finally, remember Oklahoma 211. State law now names the Oklahoma 211 Collaborative as the lead entity coordinating call centers across the state. The service connects people with food, housing, clothing, transportation, medical assistance, utility help, and other community resources. 211 is available by phone, text, and web services around the clock. During extreme heat, financial hardship, job loss, or another difficult season, asking for information is a practical first step. Trey, back to you.
Thank you, Pat. Those stories touch very different parts of Oklahoma, but they share a common theme. Statewide news becomes local very quickly when it affects a job, a farm, a classroom, a road, or a family. Now let us look at what is happening around Oklahoma today. Miss Daisy has a statewide Saturday calendar along with one request Check the official event page before you leave home.
Good morning, Oklahoma. Saturday's calendar offers Western Heritage, Route 66 celebrations, music, cycling, fairs, markets, history, and family activities in communities across the state. In Pawnee, the Pawnee Bill Memorial Rodeo continues through Saturday. Rodeo schedules, ticket information, and weather policies should be confirmed before traveling. In Miami, the Route 66 Heritage Festival continues Friday and Saturday. This is part of Oklahoma's growing celebration of the Mother Road during its centennial year. Check the official festival schedule for music, activities, street closures, and parking details. In McAllister, the Dancing Rabbit Music Festival is scheduled for Saturday. Anyone planning to attend should confirm performance times, outdoor rules, seating, and heat precautions. Near El Reno, Fort Reno Historic Spirit Tours are listed for Saturday. Because these tours may have limited capacity or specific arrival instructions, advance confirmation is especially important. Duncan has several Saturday options. The Dehydrator bicycle ride is scheduled for the morning, and the Chisholm Trail Heritage Center is hosting a National Day of the Cowboy celebration. The area also has rodeo activity and other local entertainment. Cyclists and spectators should plan around the heat and confirm route, start, and registration details. Oklahoma City also has a National Day of the Cowboy celebration listed for Saturday. Families interested in Western heritage should confirm the exact venue, hours, admission, and indoor or outdoor activities. In Veneta, the Craig County Free Fair begins Saturday and continues into the following week. Fair schedules can change by day, so check which exhibits, shows, or activities are actually open Saturday. In Shawnee, the Saturday Farmers Market is listed from 8 in the morning until 2 in the afternoon. Arriving early may provide cooler temperatures and the best selection. Bring water, support local growers and makers, and keep food safety in mind when carrying produce or refrigerated items home. Tulsa lists a flea market for Saturday, and communities throughout the state have library programs, local markets, live music, parks, museums, and small-town gatherings that may not appear on a statewide calendar. Here is the home radio event rule. Confirm the date, exact location, cost, parking, accessibility, weather policy, and whether tickets or registration are required. Do not rely only on a shared flyer. Use the official organizer, venue, city, or tourism page. Because Saturday is expected to be hot, choose the earliest reasonable time, carry more water than you think you need, and identify a cooling location before the event begins. 1 good hour at an event is better than 4 miserable hours spent proving you can stay. Now, Farmer Joe, what should gardeners and outdoor workers do before the afternoon heat settles in?
Good morning, neighbors. On a hot Saturday, the best garden work happens early. Walk through the garden before the sun is high. Check moisture a couple of inches below the surface. If the soil is dry, water slowly at the base of the plant. Deep watering is usually more useful than a quick spray across the leaves. If the soil is still damp, wait and check again later. Harvest ripe tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, okra, beans, peppers, and herbs before the hottest part of the day. Produce left too long may become tough, split, overripe, or attractive to insects and animals. A suitable mulch can reduce moisture loss and protect the soil, but keep it away from the main plant stem. Look underneath leaves for pests and remove damaged fruit. Do not apply a treatment simply because one leaf looks imperfect. Identify the problem first and follow reliable local guidance. For farm work, mowing, construction, or yard projects, use a buddy system when possible. Take cooling breaks on a schedule. Keep equipment, fuel, extension cords, and tools out of children's reach, and postpone the project if the heat becomes unsafe. The garden does not need you to prove how tough you are. It needs steady attention. Do the important work early, pick what is ready, share what you cannot use, and let the hottest hours belong to the shade. Grandma Sue, I believe the weekend kitchen has something cool and simple waiting for us.
Come on into the kitchen. Today we are making a cool ranch pasta salad that can be prepared ahead and served with sandwiches, grilled food, or fresh fruit. You will need 12 ounces of pasta, 1 cup of chopped cucumber, 1 cup of halved cherry tomatoes, 1/2 cup of chopped bell pepper, 1/2 cup of shredded carrots, 1/2 cup of thawed peas, 1 cup of shredded cheese, and optional cooked bacon or chopped chicken if that works for your household. For the dressing, combine about 3/4 of a cup of mayonnaise, 1/2 cup of plain Greek yogurt or sour cream, 1 to 2 tablespoons of milk, and ranch seasoning to taste. You can use a prepared packet or your own blend. Add black pepper and a squeeze of lemon if you like. Cook the pasta according to the package directions. Drain it and rinse it under cool water until it is no longer warm. Let it drain well so extra water does not thin the dressing. In a large bowl, combine the cooled pasta, vegetables, cheese, and any optional protein. Stir the dressing separately, then fold it into the pasta mixture. Add a little milk if the salad seems too thick. Cover and refrigerate it for at least 1 hour. Before serving, stir it again and check the texture. Pasta may absorb some dressing while it chills. Keep the salad cold, especially during hot weather. Do not leave it sitting outside for long periods, and return leftovers to the refrigerator promptly. You can change the vegetables to fit what you have. Broccoli, corn, green onion, celery, or fresh herbs can all work. Adjust ingredients for allergies and dietary needs. And here is my Saturday kitchen reminder. Preparing food ahead is not cheating. Using a shortcut is not failing. Asking someone else to chop the cucumber is called leadership. The goal is a safe, enjoyable meal that gives people time to sit together. Coach B, after breakfast and before the hottest part of the day, what kind of movement makes sense this weekend?
Good morning, everybody. I have been asked to provide a little clean Saturday humor, which means management has read my notes, Grandma Sue has read my notes, and what is left should be safe for most living rooms. A man told his neighbor, "I started a weekend fitness program." The neighbor asked, "How is it going?" The man said, "Very well. Every Saturday morning, I lift the remote, stretch out on the couch, and practice deep breathing until lunch." Here is another one. A gardener said, "My tomatoes are finally listening to me." His wife asked, "What did you tell them?" He said, "I told them if they did not start producing, I was replacing the whole bed with zucchini." She said, "Did it work?" He said, "No, but the zucchini grew 3 feet while I was talking." And finally, a child asked Grandpa why he always carried a folding chair to outdoor events. Grandpa said, "Because experience has taught me that every place eventually runs out of shade and seating at the same time." That may be the wisest thing said on the program this morning. Laugh a little, take the chair, drink the water, and never challenge zucchini unless you are prepared for the consequences. Scout, you are next, and I understand your advice may involve naps and snacks.
Good morning, home radio friends. Here is the Saturday Pet Check. Before an outing, make sure pets have fresh water, secure identification, and a leash, harness, or carrier that fits correctly. Check the temperature of the pavement with the back of your hand. If it feels too hot for your hand, it may be too hot for paws. Do not assume every festival, market, trail, or family event allows animals. Confirm first. A pet who enjoys a quiet walk may not enjoy loud music, crowds, unfamiliar dogs, or children reaching toward them. Watch for heavy panting, weakness, drooling, vomiting, confusion, or collapse. Move the animal to a cooler place and contact a veterinarian promptly if overheating is suspected. Never leave a pet in a parked vehicle, even for a short stop. At home, provide a cool, quiet place where the pet can rest without being followed. Keep food, medications, trash, cords, and small objects out of reach. My official Saturday plan is a safe walk early, a full water bowl, one approved treat, and a nap in the coolest room available. Coach B, I believe humans may also benefit from a sensible activity followed by a nap.
Good morning, team. On a hot Saturday, the winning game plan is timing, hydration, and good judgment. Move early. Walk, practice, cycle, play, or work outside before the afternoon heat peaks. Drink water before the activity and during breaks. Use helmets, life jackets, pads, reflective gear, and other safety equipment appropriate for the activity. Coaches and parents should watch the whole group, not only the strongest athlete. A child who becomes unusually quiet, confused, unsteady, sick, or exhausted needs immediate attention. Build cooling breaks into the schedule instead of waiting for someone to ask. If the activity is indoors, remember that vehicles, parking lots, and travel between buildings can still expose people to heat. Plan for the entire trip, and movement does not have to be intense. A 10-minute walk, gentle stretching, tossing a ball in the shade, or helping in the garden still counts. The goal is to finish feeling better, not to spend the rest of the weekend recovering from a preventable mistake. Jaden, give the younger members of the home radio team a Saturday challenge.
Hi, home radio friends. Here is the Saturday Kids Corner challenge. First, drink a glass of water. Second, help with a job for 5 minutes. Third, take 5 quiet minutes to read. Draw, build, pray, sketch, or sit somewhere comfortable. Fourth, do one thing without asking for a prize. If your family goes to an event, stay close to an adult responsible for you. Know their full name. Choose a meeting place in case you become separated. Never leave with someone you don't know. And do not share your location, school, schedule, or private family information online. Water, help, rest, and kindness for simple things can make Saturday better. Have fun, be safe, and keep learning. Trey, back to you.
Thank you, Jaden. Water, help, rest, and kindness is a good Saturday plan for every age. This morning we traveled across Oklahoma without leaving the porch. Sadie showed us a state expecting upper 90s and low 100s, with heat as the main concern and a small storm chance in a few areas. Nurse Nancy reminded us to hydrate before symptoms begin and to check on people who may not have safe cooling. Pat brought us statewide stories about workers and families affected by the planned Southard plant closure, the proposed Illinois River Watershed Agreement, new bartender safety training, expanded teacher certification pathways, and the statewide 211 support system. Miss Daisy gave us a Saturday calendar stretching from Pawnee and Miami to McAllister, El Reno, Duncan, Veneta, Shawnee, Tulsa, and Oklahoma City. Farmer Joe reminded us that the smartest garden work happens early. Grandma Sue gave us a cool make-ahead recipe. Coach B built a heat-aware movement plan, and Jaden gave us 4 actions simple enough to remember. Here is the Home Radio Saturday Challenge. Choose one event or activity, one useful task, one person to check on, and one part of the day that belongs to rest. You do not have to fit every possibility into one weekend. Before traveling, check official event pages, current road conditions, and the latest weather. The Oklahoma Department of Transportation provides current traffic information and the Drive Oklahoma resources. Event schedules, forecasts, and construction can change after this program is recorded. Thank you for spending part of your Saturday with Home Radio. Tell us where you are listening from, which statewide event caught your attention, and which Oklahoma story deserves a follow-up. Keep comments respectful and protect private information. From the Panhandle to Green Country, from Red River communities to the Kansas line, take care of yourself, notice somebody else, and make room for something good. I am Trey, and this is Home Radio, where every song feels like home.
You have been listening to the Home Radio Saturday Morning Show for July 25th, 2026. Follow Home Radio for upcoming broadcasts, statewide stories, community events, and the regular morning show schedule. Remember to confirm current weather, road conditions, and event details before traveling. Until we meet again, keep the porch light on, keep a place at the table, and welcome home.